It was the tearjerker moment of the night. President Trump putting the spotlight on 13-year-old DJ Daniel, a young boy with brain cancer, who wanted nothing more than to be a police officer.
His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. In 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Damn. Oh, that was pure joy. Earlier today, newly minted Secret Service agent DJ Daniel giving Trump a big hug in the Oval Office. And yet the Democrats actually refused to stand for that very touching moment. And the lunatics at MSNBC just had to make it political.
This is disgusting. The president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that.
And I let myself feel joy about DJ, and I hope he's alive for another, 95 years. I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide.
Yeah, that got picked up pretty quickly this morning, Dana.
But the president was accused of not doing anything to unite the country. But those are the moments, as Jessica said, like, why don't you just apply? Everybody who's in that box was an amazing American. And if you can't set your policies aside for a moment, or your politics aside for a moment, to stand for them. But I don't know if that comment was just made like off the cuff and it was one that is regretted. I don't know if she said anything about it. But the president did something. It was like the Make-A-Wish portion of the speech. Yeah. Right. And he's like, who doesn't love Make-A-Wish? Who wouldn't want to be in power to be able to grant the wish? Mm-hmm. Like, that is an amazing power that you get. And every president has an opportunity to make somebody's life. Greg was just showing a video before. This young man, because he loves police, has been bullied before. I mean, he deserves all the good, and I'm here for that. And I think about the Democrats, and what would have hurt if any of them had just decided to be the one? What if you were the one to stand up? Maybe you would get your others to stand up, because now today you hear anonymously they're all embarrassed and gosh, maybe we really should have had a better response rather than being so silly. So why not just be the one who would do the right thing? Like, what would be the consequences of that? And that's what you have to ask yourself. Now, they might say that on the other side of the aisle as well, and I get that. But you do have people who are willing to do it, and they may pay a consequence for it. But when it comes to celebrating a Make-A-Wish moment, everybody can get along with that.
I mean, you have to not have a heart to not stand up, Greg, for something like that. It should just move you as a human being.
Or maybe you have a bad back. Sometimes I usually
had one.
Yeah, you sit. Here's a tip to the Make-A-Wish Foundation: do not invite Nicole Wallace. Okay, she's going to tell the girl with brain cancer, it's better off you die before you're old enough to experience workplace sexual harassment. Imagine being that person, the person who says, don't help a child because it makes you look better than me. That's the whole point of this. They don't like it because it makes them look bad. Imagine being the person that has to fight against your biological nature to smile. You're watching this thing and nope, not going to smile, not going to smile. And the argument is, well, of course, this whole thing is political. That doesn't work here, because it's still a great thing. Think about the argument. Trump ends a war. Well, that helps him politically. Oh, okay. Trump closes the border. Yeah, that helps him politically. He brings companies back to the U.S. That helps him politically. I think you're making the Republicans' case here that everything they do that helps them helps you. You're saying that good things happen when Republicans are in charge. So when Democrats say this is bad, they're saying, I don't care if it's a good thing because politically it helps them. They would prefer Republicans do bad things because that helps them. Bottom line, I don't care if a kid's life is made better is actually a political statement, because the definition of an ideal political statement would be making that kid's life better. What else is there?
It's really just about results, Judge Jeanine.
You know, the more I watch that, the more disgusted I am. I really am. You know, if we as Americans can't share joy for a little boy, and now a young man, who has gone through 13 brain cancer surgeries, chemotherapy, and continues to have cancer treatments to this day, they are the party of hate. They are the party. They say that, you know, they welcome everyone. They rather welcome an illegal into this country and protect his right to be a criminal in our cities than to applaud this young boy. And they are disgusting. And you know what, Nicole Wallace, I don't know if you have kids, and I don't care, but I would never engage in a conversation where I use the word suicide with respect to your child. We all have more dignity and decency than you do. You are so filled with the hate of Donald Trump. And you know what? Trump showed his humanity. He did what Make-A-Wish Foundation does every day. And every narrative they brewed in their witch's pot of hate has been thrown out the window by what he showed last night at that speech. They are despicable human beings.
Jessica, I worry that when we celebrate our 250th birthday with Donald Trump as president in a couple of years, how the Democrats are going to behave. Are we going to be able to celebrate America's birthday together?
We're going to have to cancel the birthday, Jesse.
Are you going to walk out of the birthday party?
The show will go on,
I hope
and it
so.
will be great.
No party.
No, we're coming to the party. We're great at parties. I'm not worried about that. I obviously think this was such a stretch to also get to that thinking from what happened. I mean, if you want to be critical of the
thinking?
No,
Oh,
Nicole
to what
Wallace,
thinking?
calm
To her
down.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's good. Okay. The obvious thing, if you want to be critical of him, you just say he shouldn't cut cancer research funding. Don't talk about anyone dying. This kid is fighting for his life and has been his entire 13 years that he's been on this planet. So, but I noticed something last night beyond the ineffectiveness of the paddles. I was watching what was going on in terms of the response to Elisa Slotkin, who gave the Democratic response. And I even saw that there were conservatives that were praising her. And they said, this is a really good, concise response to a hour and 44-minute speech where she talked about unifying themes. She talked about jobs. She talked about national security. She talked about coming from a bipartisan household. She talked about being moved to service, right? Being in New York on 9/11 and then signing up. She went to work for the CIA and did 3 tours, right? And I see progressives criticizing her, saying, oh, well, this is the right way to handle it, right? You get this message and you go out and you say, oh, George Bush wasn't that bad. Or she had a line saying, I'm glad Donald Trump wasn't in office instead of Reagan, because we wouldn't have gotten out of the Cold War. And they're picking on her for praising Reagan. And just like take a step back. Elisa Slotkin just won a swing state. She won a state that Donald Trump won. If it weren't for people like her and Ruben Gallego and Tammy Baldwin, we would be in a world of trouble. These people saved the party. Since 2021, Democrats have moved, it's plus 11 in terms of wanting to be more moderate. And the moderates overperform. The progressives underperform by up to 5 points for the Justice Democrats. So when I see people going at her about this, it's like, mind your own business and show me what you've won lately.
Excellent.
There's
point.
Jessica standing up.
Yeah, there you go.
Slotkin was
Bravo.
great.
Good job.
Very good. Let's just,
She did better than most.
yeah. Are you going to deliver the reply next year?
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, okay. Anything goes now, Jessica.
Yes,
Are you gonna have a 250th birthday party at your house?
I am.
Oh.
I am.
We all come.
Are you inviting all
going
the
to jump
libs?
out of the cake, Greg. Only if you wear that shirt. Coming up, Republicans holding sanctuary city mayor's feet to the fire.